In this video, I'm going to cover diet, exercise, supplements, skin, sleep, and stress management. So these are all the things that I do that I believe contribute to how I look, the way I look at this age. And you know, ladies, it's very difficult to make a video like this with this title and thumbnail because it feels a bit cringy, like I'm saying I'm all that and I'm really not. I'm not perfect. I have flaws, but I do recognize that compared to other 45-year-old women, I look pretty good for my age. One of the main reasons is that I have been weight training for 12 years now, pretty much nonstop. So that does contribute. I dropped weight and have managed my weight since I was the age of 20. I will share everything in this video. I hope that you just take what you need, discard what you don't need. But I find I'm always curious about other women, how they live their lives, what they do, especially if a woman looks like she's pretty fit and healthy, and I think I look pretty fit and healthy. And so I just want to share honestly and openly what I do. Yesterday, I ate a whole big full pizza to myself, and I loaded it with mayonnaise and tomato sauce as well, because when I'm craving food and I'm that starving, I love saucy food. So I had pizza and then I had chocolate afterwards, the small slabs. But that was it. I haven't eaten supper and I haven't eaten breakfast, and I'm about to go for a run now. That's how I do it. It's checks and balances. So if I go for a run, if you see a dog in the background, that's my dog. I'm the one who has said track, keep a food diary, things like that. I don't do that all the time myself. So today it's about being completely honest, exactly how I look like this at 45, which is not perfect. It's not perfect. Don't forget, it's still picture, still image like that. It's posed. I've picked the best angle, tried to show like the most flattering sort of sides of myself. And I've done it on a day where I felt the leanest and where my weight had dropped down. I'm 2 kgs up again because I overate. So that's how weight goes, up and down and up and down and up and down. And I do find that it's very hard to stick to a very strict diet for too long. So number one, let's just go through diet. I eat a wide variety of foods. I don't stick to a set diet. But when I was competing, I did. And I've given that kind of diet away for free. You can just email me, put my email here, and I'll send you that diet. There's no mystery to it. It's calorie controlled. It's low in fat. It's got enough proteins that you don't waste your muscle. And it's got carbs. There's no magic to the diet. Really, it's calories, calorie controlled, and you're spacing your meals out throughout the day. So what I do now is I fall back onto that kind of eating if I find that my weight has crept up a bit too high. What I do, I think the number one thing I do is that I sort of cap the number on the scale that I'm happy with. So it'll go up to 55 kgs. If I hit anything over 55, then I know it's time to really rein it in, because I like food as much as the next person. We all like to eat the sweets, the chocolates, the pizza, the pasta. We all enjoy all the foods, and I don't think anyone should completely eliminate any food that they love. I don't think you should be super strict. Being strict is a way to get down to where you want to go for as long as you can tolerate being strict. So what I do is checks and balances. I'll let myself sort of eat fun foods, whatever you want to call them, for a few days, and then I'll hold back, or I'll portion control, or I'll skip a meal. I really use every tool in the toolbox. So in terms of diet, I do aim for enough protein. I don't track every day. Sometimes I track, sometimes I don't. But I do try in the back of my head, aim for about 100 grams of protein every day. So 100 grams of protein, it's not 100 grams of a steak, it's 100 grams of total protein. So in 100 grams of steak, I'll put it on the screen here, I think you get about 25 grams of protein. So in a day, what I aim to do is have protein with every meal. It's not always perfect. I don't think one needs to be perfect every single day. You can look at it in like a total week. Now, in previous videos, all these weight loss videos, I have said that tracking, weighing, measuring yourself, weighing yourself every morning on the scale, weighing your food, these are helpful tools. but it's more for when you are getting started and you've not been on a weight loss journey before, or you just need reminding, like, okay, shit, I have been overeating, and you weigh your food to realize, oh my God, my portions are out of control. It's more of a reminder and a tool. There's no strictness. And so I don't follow a strict diet, but I do watch what I eat. I do portion control sometimes. Yesterday I didn't. I was starving and I ate, and that's okay. I don't use any weight loss drugs. I spoke in my previous video about using growth hormone. That was in 2021. Only used it 3 times. So not ongoing and regular. The little bit of weight loss that I did see from the underground lab one puts me in the mind frame of, was it actually growth hormone or was it something else? And it's not something I would recommend, because that little advantage, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay on these injections forever and ever? Better to learn your own body and get to know how you lose weight naturally. These things can be tools, you can use them. But anyway, I'm not using anything for weight loss. I just am trying my best to eat within the calories that I expend, and that's really all I'm doing. I'm not using Ozempic, or what's it, the other one, Wegovy. I've heard of them. Look, if you are morbidly obese and you really need the help, there is that help. Take that help. It's not something that I do. But I am on HRT, and I've spoken about that at length on various videos here on my channel. So I'm on 2 pumps of Femigel. I'm on progesterone at night and half a pump of female dosed testosterone gel. So that's all I'm using. And that I haven't found has contributed to weight loss. What it has done for me is made me feel so much better in my own skin. I feel like myself again, and my brain's functioning well, and I'm sleeping well. And that is just giving me the motivation and the feeling to want to exercise and to stick to somewhat healthier eating again. And I'm active enough to compensate for when I do overeat. And so that's how I do it. So then that's number 2 now, is exercise. As you all know by now, those of you who've watched my channel for a long time, exercise is my thing. I do enjoy it. I love it. I believe that it is good for you. I don't think it's the be all and end all though. Like, the world has gone fitness crazy, exercise crazy, gym mad. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, no one really knew about gym and training and exercise. It was only like athletes and dancers, ballet dancers, and people like that who trained every day who did it. I mean, the average Joe just didn't. And those are the people who are now living to 100, 120. So the centenarians didn't go all out for these crazy extreme sports. They're not bodybuilders, they're none of those things. But I do believe that moderate weight training and some moderate running, which is what I do, is good for you. That's what I think. It's just my thought. So what I do is I weight train, resistance train, on average 5 days a week. Sometimes it's 4. This week I skipped Monday and Tuesday, wasn't feeling great. Then I went to the gym on Wednesday, then I ran yesterday, and I ran today. So this week has been different to my normal week. But again, I think you can't be too strict if you're doing something as a lifestyle. Would I like to get leaner than I am now? Sure, because I would like to see my abs. Right now, you don't see them. Let me show you. So my pictures are great, but right now, no abs showing, bit of a belly, and that's okay. I think that's 100% okay. I also think that we mustn't look at other people and wish for their bodies, because their body is not your body. My body is not your body. I have a lot slimmer, skinnier, leaner arms naturally. I carry some fat there, but it's not where I carry my body fat. My body fat is in my very chunky, big legs, and they are not there. You can see that wobbles. They are not lean. So there we go, the truth. The truth comes out. I pose for pictures, and when I'm standing still, you don't see the wobble. And I think we need to remember that with every influencer, YouTuber, whatever. They have posed themselves in such a nice way. Some of them are honest and they show you their flaws, some are not. So I'm just saying, I'm very natural, normal looking female who is just trying her best to stay relatively in shape as she ages. I think that keeping a healthy body weight is healthy for you. It is. It has been shown. If you listen to Dr. Peter Attia, you listen to Lane Norton, BioLane, you listen to Huberman, you listen to all of these guys that talk about all these studies. Keeping your calories somewhat restricted and keeping a healthy body weight is a good predictor of longevity and health as you age. And so it's as simple as that. So I do combine moderating my diet somewhat, but not where I drive myself crazy, with some moderate exercise. And I think and I hope that I will be able to continue to exercise 5 to 6 days a week for who knows how long, but hopefully for long enough. Number 3, supplements. Which supplements do I take? Well, nothing really. I don't have, again, a strict supplement routine. I do supplement with omega-3 fish oils because I don't really like fish. And the fish that I do like, salmon, it's all farmed, and we know the dangers of fish farming. And also, so much fish now is contaminated with mercury, so you've got the worry of mercury. So I don't know, I just find it easier to supplement. And if and when I have fish now and then, it's not that often, maybe 4 times a year, 5 times a year, I don't know, then at least I feel I've gotten some extra omega-3s. But from everything I've read over the years, omega-3s are the thing. I do supplement with a vitamin D3 because obviously for skin, I'm trying to stay out of the sun. So I do think sun is good for us and we need some sunshine and some sunlight. But because of trying to protect my skin, I do wear sunscreen. I know there are dangers in some of the modern sunscreens. I don't know enough about that. But what I do know is that every esthetician and dermatologists do recommend we wear sunscreen, so they can't all be that wrong. So I do wear it. And then I have to supplement with vitamin D3 because when I've tested my levels in the past, and I haven't tested for a while, but when I have my D3 levels have not been high enough, so I do supplement with that as well. I also, from time to time, when I remember, I take a vitamin C. They say it's good for your skin, so I do that. But whether that actually works, I don't know. And that brings me to the topic of number 4, which is my skin. Now, that's not really something that I do, but it does contribute to how I look. My skin is not perfect by any means. I will say I've got good skin. I think it's genetic. My mother's got very good skin for her age, but of course, it does get crepey. And I've said that in my other, see there as you get older that it's looser there. There, you can see there. It happens. It happens. So I just do what I can do: sunscreen, moisturize, take oral vitamin C. I use tretinoin on my skin. I've got a tretinoin cream, and I use that every night. So that's what I do for my skin. I have made videos where I've done Fraxel and Profilo. That's in the past. I haven't done any of that since those videos. The cost is prohibitive. And then I have done Limelight. I've got a video on that as well that you can go and watch. So that's what I do for my skin. It's not great, but it's okay. I mean, I am blessed with decent skin. And I will say I'm very lucky. I don't know how it is. But I don't really have ingrained wrinkles yet. They are coming. And you can see as I talk, the skin is a lot less full and plump, but I don't have etched wrinkles yet. But I'm not saying that they'll never come. I think that is a combination of the few things I have done. It's the retinol, it's the sunscreen. I have done Botox from time to time, and I think it's that, and the Profilo probably. So I don't think there's any magic there. I'm not perfect. I don't look like my skin certainly doesn't look like a 20-year-old, but it's pretty decent. So I do make the effort. I do what I can, but again, I try and do what I can without driving myself crazy to the point of obsession, because with all these things we can get obsessed. Number 5 is sleep. Now, this one on the internet, I think people are going bananas, nuts talking about sleep. We know that sleep's good for us. It benefits body and brain and all that. I think, this is my humble opinion, we can drive ourselves crazy tracking sleep to the nth degree. At least in my case, in my humble opinion, if I track sleep too much, I get all in my head about sleep, and then it actually defeats the purpose, and then I can't sleep because I'm thinking about sleep and am I going to get a good night's sleep and blah, blah, blah. What has helped my sleep has been the progesterone at night, but it's not a dramatic difference. It just helps me fall asleep. Some nights I do wake up in the middle of the night and I'm up having a cup of coffee because I can't fall back to sleep. That doesn't happen that often. I am lucky in that my partner's happy to sleep in a very darkened room. We don't use the aircon all that often because it costs so much, but We do try and keep the room relatively cool if we can. There's no magic to it, really. It's just, I believe, in terms of getting a good night's sleep, it's far more in your mind. If your mind is relaxed, you will sleep. And when I was younger, I actually used to suffer with insomnia quite badly, which is interesting because you would think when you're younger, you've got more of the hormones that promote good sleep. But in my 20s, I suffered through quite a bad bout of insomnia where I had to go to the doctor, unfortunately, and get put onto some sleeping tablets. They just helped me. They were like a bridge, a stopgap. In my 30s, when I had my son and he was a little baby and he would wake up at night, obviously there my sleep was broken. And since then, I battled with sleep a bit on and off. I was never the best sleeper. So I actually do sleep better now than I did when I was younger. And I know that they say that sleep affects your weight, that if you don't get a good night's sleep, your blood sugar is elevated and you crave. Look, I do crave carbs if I haven't slept well, but that's if I've had a really bad night's sleep or very, very little sleep. But when I was breastfeeding and my son was little, eventually I just had to accept that I am not going to get a lot of sleep and it is what it is and that's okay. And so I let go of all my anxiety around sleep and I actually found life was tolerable like that. And I never gained weight. So I don't know if it's just the more relaxed I was around sleep and the more I just realized that it's pointless worrying. And as my mother had said to me then, if you're tired enough, you will sleep. So don't stress about sleep. And she was right. So that's basically my philosophy on sleep. I don't stress about it. If I sleep well, I sleep well. Great bonus. If I don't, I don't. If I sleep really badly, yeah, I do reach for the sugary foods and I try and make up for it the day after when I have slept well, and then I restrict again and try and portion control. Now, let's talk about stress management, which is another critical component of how you look the way you look. I fully believe, you can hear all the sounds of nature. I fully believe in stress management, keeping your mind calm. I think that does play a huge role in feeling and looking younger than people who are super stressed. It's just what I think. I don't know if there's any science behind it, but going for a walk like now, getting sunlight in my eyes, meditating, breathing, deep breathing, something I've cottoned on to lately, the last sort of year or two, where when I feel super stressed, take 2 or 3 deep, deep breaths. It really helps. And in terms of meditating, I'm not the best, but I do it. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly, but what I find with meditation is, for me at least, don't worry about how to do it. Don't worry about if I'm doing it correctly. Just sit in silence, eyes open or closed, and do it for 15 minutes, 20 if I can go longer. And that's it. As long as I feel calmer afterwards, look, even if I don't, it's okay. But as long as I feel somewhat calmer, it was worth it. And that's really how I look the way I look. It's just a combination of being super moderate. I know that there's no magic here. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you a secret. There's no secret. It's just every day I do my best. Every day I put in some effort. Every day I try and manage what I'm eating. I hope to sleep well. I try and have a healthy diet as far as possible. And I try and incorporate exercise 5 to 6 days a week. That is it. That is the magic. That is how I look this way at 45. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect, but I do want to tell you guys that it is possible to keep rocking and to look good well into your 40s. I think we can achieve it. You can achieve it too with just a small bit of effort. That's what I believe. Okay. I hope this video helped you in some way, shape, or form. See you in the next one. Bye.